It's 4:20 somewhere, and right now that somewhere is right here on the Cannabis Show. Hello, everybody. I'm Janae Burris.
And I'm Jake Brown. Welcome to the Cannabis Show, where we talk all things weed. Janae and I here in our jean jackets and logo t-shirts like a couple of 80s narcs.
21 Jump Street right here. Give us your weed. How was your weekend? I heard you went to a wedding.
I did. I survived the wedding. It was a Catholic Mass. I'd never done one of those before. Full Catholic Mass. I just pretended to know what people were saying when they were saying things. That was fun.
Creepy. Catholic Mass is creepy.
I didn't know any better.
You're Catholic now, you know.
Right. I also met this amazing lady named Donna who was on like a little motorized scooter and taught her how to smoke cigars, which was a lot of fun.
Oh.
She had never smoked a cigar before, and then she just keeps going, it feels like I have ants on my tongue.
Oh, perfect. She's doing it right.
Doing it right. How was being on the stage at Red Rocks? The famous Red Rocks.
I have to say, I had the time of my life. All right, I have to say that. Contractually obligated. Yeah, I have to say it. They played Dirty Dancing, which was great to watch with thousands of other women watching a coming-of-age story for a woman. You know, you could see her first thirst, and we all remember our first thirst.
First thirst. The first thirst. Hashtag first thirst.
First thirst. But it was great. I got a business idea, though, based on the soundtrack.
Okay.
I just need a small business loan. Anybody wants to give it to me?
Great.
I'd like to open a restaurant / optometrist called Hungry Eyes. Vince, cue Hungry Eyes.
Yeah, can we get that in the budget? Can we pay for Hungry Eyes?
Hungry Eyes.
That's what I'm going to say.
Optometrist.
Next time I need some Visine, I'm just going to be like, hold on, I got Hungry Eyes right here. All right, well, hey, everybody, now it's time for The Week in Weed. Starting off in California, where Lynette Shaw is finally being given the okay to open a dispensary in Fairfax after an injunction had forced her out of the business for over a decade. The quote-unquote godmother of medical marijuana was the first to open in the state all the way back in 1996 until she ran into trouble with the IRS. Just like the godfather of soul, James Brown, there's one thing we can learn here. It's never take tax advice from godparents.
Okay, you have to do some kind of Godfather sound.
Hit me.
Perfect, great. And in Sylvester, Georgia, a group of high school students have filed a civil suit against the county sheriff for ordering a highly invasive body search.
Hit them.
Oh, God. Nearly every student on campus was subjected to pat-downs of their breasts and genitalia while officers searched for drugs. The sheriff later said that the searches were legal because they happened in the presence of administrators. Oh, well, then in that case, fondle away. As long as other adults are watching this happen, let's just touch all the kids then. Come on. Who do you think you are, TSA? All right, officers, let's leave the inappropriate touching to the professionals.
That reminds me of when I got searched at my homecoming for weed because I, of course, smelled like weed at homecoming.
Of course.
And so they were like, we need to take you into the janitor's closet, and then proceeded to pat me down. But here I was, you can't get caught with the weed if you leave the weed in the RV, which is a truly Iowan story, right? Leave all the weed in the RV,
yeah.
Go into your homecoming.
In the RV, at home.
After losing their first two NBA Finals games by a combined 41 points, the true stinker from the Cleveland Cavaliers turned out to be in their locker room. Beat reporter Mike Wise said that he smelled a, quote, strong reefer aroma, unquote, after the game, causing the internet to go nuts with speculation as to who it could be. My guess, Cavs mascot Moondog, who sounds like he was named after a strain of weed.
Oh, man.
Give me some of that Moondog.
Oh, man. Let those boys have a little bit of weed, though. Come on. Let them relax. Hey.
I feel like they were relaxed enough. I mean, they didn't really put up a lot of effort on the court. Hey, that's been Sports Ball with Jake.
Sports Ball with Jake. Sports Ball. The logo's just like a square, leather square. Sports Ball with Jake. He doesn't know. Hey, y'all, guess who's back in the news? That's right, your boy, Dr. Buzzkill. This is Steal Your Stash. The mayor of Squaresville himself, Jeff Sessions.
Boo.
Jeff's planned crackdown on the marijuana industry may backfire on him. It looks like taking away jobs and tax revenue generated by marijuana distribution is not really the way to win support. The marijuana industry is booming and has the potential to positively impact economic growth in any state that legalizes recreationally. So, Why is Sessions so staunchly against its sale and use? I've got a theory.
Oh, yeah.
Got a theory, guys. A long time ago. Cue fantasy music. Vince, come on. No. Like Vince is a computer. Cue, Vince, music. Alexa.
Playlist Vince.
A long time ago, when Jeff Sessions was just a young man somewhere around 1830, I'm guessing. Sweet, big-eared, Bible-thumping Jeff had his heart broken by a tambourine-playing gypsy. The beautiful gypsy left Jeff for a guitar-playing, devil's basil-smoking, mysterious drifter. Jeff still remembers how they laughed at him and blew smoke in his eyes. Oh, the smell! That was the moment he decided he'd never let anyone get away with enjoying marijuana or sex again. And that gypsy was Stevie Nicks. That's my theory.
Terrifying if true, Janae.
That's my theory. Cleared it up. I know why Jeff Sessions hates marijuana, you guys.
All right, we'll have to have him on the show and verify that. Jeff, come on down. It looks like you might be out of work soon, so if you free up some free time, please let us know. Speaking of old men, check out an exclusive clip of Nick Offerman and Sam Elliott smoking fake movie weed from the upcoming flick The Hero on the site right now. Features Elliott saying platinum cookies as if he was pitching a pack of Marlboros in a commercial for cowboys in the 1950s, and there's a lot of giggling from Offerman. I give it 5 star dogs.
What is a star dog? That was a really great review, though. I kind of want to see it. Alex's review about it was top notch. Hey, Jake, you know anyone looking for a job, perhaps?
Literally every one of my friends.
Well, tell your friends that there's a job for them. In an effort to avoid turning away young prospects and to be the cool dad, I guess, the Secret Service will now allow pot smokers to apply for the job. Now, I personally prefer not to smoke weed while working because it dulls the senses and slows me down. But if these are the people protecting the current president of the United States, I am all for it. The current administration might actually appreciate having witnesses who won't remember a thing they saw. Could be perfect. Shout out to James Comey, though. Shout out James Comey for your hearing today, for keeping all the receipts, okay? So brave.
These statements are Janae's opinions and don't necessarily reflect mine. Thanks, Secret Service. For more on this story and the rest of the Week in Weed, as well as our coverage of Hemp History Week, happy Hemp History Week, everybody. Visit us online at thecannabis.co. Now, let's go to a tinier, more serious desk, where our business and policy writer Alicia Wallace has this week's quick hit.
In the 16 years since Colorado launched its medical marijuana program, there have been no new qualifying conditions until this week. Governor John Hickenlooper quietly signed Senate Bill 17, which allows for doctors to recommend medical marijuana to patients diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. The signing brings to a close a decade-long effort by veterans groups and other PTSD patients to add it as a qualifying condition. In other big news this week, a federal appeals court ruled on a collection of lawsuits that stemmed from Colorado's legalization of recreational marijuana. The panel of 3 judges for the 10th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals largely upheld the district court dismissals of several cases seeking to upend Colorado's pot laws. Those cases included suits brought by Nebraska and Oklahoma. The judges, however, did reverse a district court decision against the owners of a Pueblo horse ranch, who sued a neighboring grow facility under the federal RICO statute. By remanding that case back to district court, legal experts say this could blast open the doors for private landowners to sue neighboring dispensaries and grows under racketeering laws. Check out the details of the PTSD law and expert commentary about the 10th Circuit decision on thecannabist.co. For The Cannabist, I'm Alicia Wallace with this week's Quick Hit.
Thanks, Alicia. Our first guest this week is the creator of a hemp-based product he uses in conjunction with acupuncture. Please welcome Brian Bowen to the Cannabist Show.
Hey, Brian. Thank you.
How are you?
Thanks for having me. Fantastic.
Welcome to the couch.
It's a comfortable couch. You can lay down, take a nap.
For me, it's like it's a little too much of a lean, but I'm sure that you probably have a better back than I do.
This is, well, you know what? I have some ointment here if my back starts hurting to put on, and it takes the pain away, so I'm good to go.
You look super relaxed.
I can roll it on.
He does, right?
I want whatever whatever you're taking, because it looks like it's been working. You're
All right.
super chill.
Right. So it's Outch. We've got the Outch ointment, and then
Ouch, spelled with a T, O-U-T-C-H.
Right, and an ointment to knock out aches and pains. This looks like a boxer as opposed to like somebody that would do acupuncture. Maybe a weird kind of massage.
You know, we were going for a little vintage, kind of a little fun vintage, and at the end of the day, it's what you remember the label to look like. So the obscure labels you're not going to remember, but I think that sticks out a little bit. So
how long has this been on the market?
So we've been operating for about 6 months. We just actually launched the website about 3 weeks ago, but we were doing kind of a test market and stuff with my clients at my existing clinic, and kind of modifying the formula.
How many people have tried this, by the way? So you say your existing clients.
Yeah, we've had at least 100 people, 50 to 100.
Okay.
I might be exaggerating a little bit. Right, so 5 to 10.
Right.
So, no.
So you've had a couple people in the chair, and you say, hey, I know that you've been a client of mine for a while. Do you go, hey, are you a cop? And see what they say.
Well, it isn't I'm located in Greenwood Village, so that's a good question to ask because they're a little bit more strict than Denver. So.
Okay, so you're asking people, hey, would you let me try out this, cannabis-based, well, it's hemp-based.
It's hemp-based, so it's a CBD oil.
Oh, happy Hemp History Week, by the way.
Thank you.
So they're not going to get like a psychoactive head high.
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
And so you kind of pitch them on this, and you say, well, what if we try a little bit of this CBD product along with what you usually get in terms of acupuncture? Were people reticent, or are they like all on board, or were there certain issues that you were looking for more specifically to try this with?
So luckily my clients are used to being guinea pigs. Okay. So I get to do all kinds of things. As a matter of fact, I brought somebody today that will do that demonstration on later.
Nice.
But so luckily I have great clients, and everybody, I work on a lot of people in pain, and pain's the motivating factor. So you'll do whatever it takes. So the acupuncture demonstration we're going to demonstrate today will give you an example of what people are willing to try to get out of pain. So this was an easy sell, and over the past year and a half, I kept having clients actually come in that have been using some CBD products and hearing the results and success. So actually, they were kind of eye-opening to me, and so that's why I started thinking about the CBD oil. And then, I'm a Chinese herbalist as well, so I've been utilizing Chinese herbal formulas. There's been some pain formulas around for thousands of years. Okay. So it was just a natural fit to do a CBD oil with Chinese herbal products.
Is that a part of kind of natural Chinese herbal, medicine? Because cannabis has been around, thousands and thousands of years. Is this something that is traditional, or is this, Brian Bowen going out and saying, hey, I think I got a plan here?
Yeah. So they use Homaren is a Chinese herb. Okay. And that is a hemp product. And so they've used that for years, and this gets kind of crazy language here, but it nourishes yin, clears heat, so you can think about that heat clearing as like clearing inflammation out. Okay. They used it a lot traditionally for chronic constipation because it moistens the intestines. So there's kind of...
Tell me more. Okay, I'll take your word on it.
It's best if you do it as a suppository, so you should try that first.
Interesting.
So they've been using it for a long time.
I was just thinking about suppository acupuncture, and I'm like, all right, this sounds dangerous.
Somebody has to... You could be the guinea pig. Somebody's gonna try
I'm still really into it. Go on.
Go on.
So, they've been using it in a different form. Okay. And now, obviously, with today's technology and the way things are and the things we can do in extractions and stuff like that, right. It's a different form, right? And so it's a different concentration, because even the herbal products that I use in here, the Chinese herbs, they used to have to boil down and mash down and soak and go through a heat extraction and stuff like that. Everything in here is CO2 extracted. So all the herbs are a CO2 extracted product. And so traditionally, like this product, if I don't know where the camera's at here, so you can see it's still a light kind of color, right? So back in the day, that would be a dark brown, muddy.
It'd be like a kind of pasty.
Yeah, making paste, and they would slather it on and then throw some leaves on top of it or whatever, to kind of create a bandage. So and it used to really smell and stuff like that. So that's
is this edible?
Why not? Yeah.
Why not? It does. It smells pretty mild.
So it has a nice glide to it.
It tastes really mild.
Jake.
Let's see what happens if it really has
He's coating his stomach.
THC in it.
Wait, so how long have you been practicing?
I've been practicing for about 20 years.
Wait, you're kidding me.
No,
Are you like some kind of doogie? You don't look old enough to be practicing for 20 years.
I got these, this receding hairline, hemorrhoids. And
wait, can you treat receding hairline with acupuncture? Because I'm starting to thin out up here. Help me.
You know, if I could,
you'd be making some money.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have to come up with a product, you know.
So you've been testing this out. You've been talking to people. What's their reaction been like?
Very positive feedback. Yeah, everybody. You know, we're just like anything. There's multiple tools for different things, right? So nobody could ever claim that one product fixes everything, because if that person says that, run like hell. You know, run away. So this is a great product for sprains, strains, bruising, inflammation. It's great for you know, knee pain, plantar fasciitis. It's great for shoulders. It's good, like if you're just feeling stiff and your neck's feeling a little achy, rub some on. So the roll-on's nice for people who are really active. Throw it in your gym bag and go. But if somebody has like a bulging disc and like stenosis where the nerve is narrowed and it's like screaming, it's not going to touch that. I mean, it's going to help like take the edge off. So, you know, there's varying degrees of pain to work with. But it's a super effective tool. You know, people love it. They can definitely feel the difference. We're actually going to be coming out with an extra strength for some of those bigger problems, you know, for people in chronic pain.
And so somebody buys that and say, you know, they don't have you to go to. They're in California, for example. Yeah. How would somebody who does acupuncture incorporate this into their regular practice?
So, well, first, we do have wholesale accounts, so we are shipping it to other clinics and starting that up. So they will be available at those clinics. So acupuncturists, not even acupuncturists, chiropractors, massage therapists, everybody uses kind of some different formulas. Like BioFreeze is kind of a common thing, but it's more, you know, menthol, kind of got that tingly feel.
So you're not going to like you're not going to soak a needle or
no.
You know, really get it all in there. It's not entering. It doesn't have to go in through the skin.
No, but that's a good idea though too.
Okay, we're going to work on some things idea. Apparently.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so you're working on that. I mean, what does the CBD specifically do? Because it sounds like, you know, I've seen a lot of these topical products, and I go, yeah, you know, you load it up with enough of these, you know, like peppermint oil, for example, and that's naturally going to have a really great effect on its own, regardless if there's a little bit of trace THC, CBD. Well, what's the CBD specifically for?
So I'm going to go back and answer that question and the one you just asked.
Okay.
So going backwards to other practitioners incorporating it into their practice, when somebody comes in, and let's just talk about this as far as just the aspect of pain. Sure. Somebody comes in, they're in pain. There's either been a trauma or the body's been out of a certain position for a while, and it's position versus condition. So if your joints are misaligned or misarticulated, if you will, and you're doing repetitive motion, that's going to cause the tendon to get irritated, get tendonitis. You have pain. So when you have pain, you have a lot of stagnation. The muscle goes through what's called a muscle energy crisis. It stops getting the blood and oxygen to it. Inflammation sets in, swelling sets in. So you have this this trickle-down effect, right?
Okay.
And so when you go in and you get, you know, acupuncture, chiropractic, whatever modality you're using, they're trying to correct that mechanism to reduce inflammation, which reduces the swelling, which therefore increases circulation, breaks the muscle energy crisis, changes the muscle memory.
Okay.
Got all that?
So that's the process.
Should we smoke some weed? Should we do that again?
That was good. Okay, so treat at the root, not at the branch.
Exactly. So this is the root branch. So this is a tool, once I treat you, that then you can go home and we have momentum, and now we're trying to keep that momentum rolling, right? Of the healing process.
Literally rolling with the roll.
Literally rolling. Yes.
Roll it on, keep it going.
Exactly. Right. So the difference with the Chinese herbs versus the CBD by itself is the CBD is really good at reducing that inflammation. It's really absorbable. But the Chinese herbs are blood movers, they're heat clears, they're what's called qi movers, so it moves qi and blood stagnation, where the CBD oil doesn't have that kind of blood tonifying, blood moving, you know, property. So the herbs help kind of move the blood, clear the heat. CBD is reducing the inflammation, and they were increasing that circulation to that area, and that's treating more of the root versus, just the inflammation process itself.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it will actually get into your bloodstream? Because I know that there was, DMSO is,
Right.
a dirty 4 letters here in
Yeah.
the state of Colorado. They banned that early on. And some people go, yeah, it's great, I can put CBD on my skin, but really that's just going to treat external skin conditions I have. It's not really going to absorb in.
So here's a great way to think about that, because it's still mind-blowing. Think about women who have hormone or getting like some hormone treatments. They'll take a little cream and rub it right there.
Right. You get a bunch of
obviously look at what
or,
that does, how it changes like the hormones. So clearly there's a deep absorption, right?
Okay.
So you have to think that anything you put on your body is probably going to go a little further. I mean, go deep into the system.
Interesting.
At some level. So obviously it depends on where you put it, but this really is going to get into like certainly that connective tissue, but it's it's going to have to get in there a little bit. Yeah.
I really want to talk to you about that. We want to see this in motion in just a few minutes. But first, I want to go to a piece that is near and dear to my heart that was shot by producer Vince and has been nominated for an Emmy. How cool is that? From the Midwestern, Vince, help me out.
Regional something something.
He's very proud. But we wanted to show you guys, in case you missed it on the first round, and a big congrats to producer Vince. Here's a quick Yoga with a View video.
Letting the sounds around you draw you deeper into your breath and deeper into your body rather than taking you away.
So today we are going to experience yoga with a view. I concepted the idea from a dream that I had. I think that weed and yoga are like peas and carrots. So they are such a nice combination, especially when you can find a strain that will really allow you to sort of go deep. And I think that's what we've got with our initial strain, which is Sanctuary.
I'm not sure that I changed how I teach per se. I definitely probably had some more jokes that were leaning toward people being high, but I think it's the same sort of a vibe. I think that's the nice thing about yoga, that you just sort of, you create it in the same fashion and people are going to take from it what they will depending on their state of mind.
For us, the weed leads everything. We look at all of those flavor profiles and the high that we think that the strain is going to provide for people. And then we wrap a menu around that. On the back of the menu has a little bit about each of the strains and again about the genetics. So it's a great place to come and learn and ask questions and talk to some of the more connoisseurs that come and get their opinion on how we've done, how we've done with the pairings.
One Om to end our practice together this morning. Namaste.
All right. Hey, welcome back to the Cannabist Show, and we are still here with Brian Bowen, and we actually have a special guest. So we have one of your patients going to come up and join us. And
I thought we were doing a suppository on you. I put these gloves on for nothing?
The chair would have been perfect.
Sorry, go ahead.
So let's bring Kim Robinson up. Kim, come on up. Hey, thank you so much for joining us. I guess this is for you.
Yeah.
It is.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to treat Kim.
Yep.
And Kim, what's going on with you?
I have a lot of pain in my neck.
Okay.
Both sides, primarily my left, seems to be my worst side. And Brian and I have been working on it for a few months now, just trying to loosen things up and yeah.
All right,
so
Brian.
the
Now
healing
you're feeling
can
better
begin.
after a couple months?
I do. I'm really
Just to be clear.
noticing. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And so what does a treatment regimen look like?
So this is a little different. This is not technically traditional acupuncture, if you will. I'm the founder of this system. It's called down needle therapy.
Okay.
And so its bread and butter is for chronic pain and scar tissue. So when people have tried a lot of other things and it's just not getting to where they need to go, this is the go-to. And so, for instance, with her, she has a reverse curve in her neck. There's a lot of arthritis. There's a lot of different things going on in there. She had a lot of muscle shortening and adhesions and stuff. So really, we already broke a lot of that stuff up, and she's able to have a lot more mobility. And she's a perfect example. She uses the Outch ointment too. So
okay, so Kim, you've tried the Outch ointment?
Yep.
Are we going to use any today?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll just put it on right after.
I hope
too.
so.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Do you like the roll-on? Do you use the roll-on or
use
the salve?
the jar, the salve.
Okay.
Yeah, the roll-on didn't taste as good. We'll say
It adds a tingly to your tongue, though, right?
Yeah, it had a little bit of.
Did it remind you of when you tasted a little Coke on the tongue?
It was more like a Newport. That's the best way I could describe it. Definitely had that Newport goodness. All right, so how do we do this?
So I'm gonna have her put her face in there in that face cradle.
And I just want to say I'm totally not nervous at all right now.
Me either.
I know Kim isn't.
So because of the limitations a little bit, I'm going to try to work around her clothing. Okay. Typically, you're not in a chair like this. There's different positions, but this is kind of the best. And then, unfortunately, this is the best angle. The left side's a little worse. I'm going to do both.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to instruct her. We're going to kind of map it out. So we're looking for tender points, and we're going to grade them. Okay? So super tender points, we write an X. Mild tender points, we put a little dot. And then we treat those different. So I'm actually going to be drawing on her.
Okay.
After we map those out, I needle it, the needle comes right back out, and we're going to push on those points again. 90% of them won't be tender anymore, 10% will be. The 10% that are still tender, we needle one more time.
All right.
Okay? Yep. Now every once in a while there's a little bit of blood that might spray out.
I feel like I'm well positioned. It's not going to like spray over her.
No.
You are.
I feel like we just entered a Gallagher show. We need ponchos.
I better move.
So
I'm gonna get splashed on.
The watermelons.
And everybody's.
Kim gets it.
I do.
I forgot about the Gallagher show. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna clean. All right, so
we're just kind of clean the area.
We're sterilizing.
Yep.
Okay.
So we always want to have a little paper towel handy nearby. And I totally forgot that. Oh, there's the marker. All right, it's a magic trick here. So I'm going to go ahead and start pushing, Kim. Just let me know X or O, okay?
Okay. O. X.
Seemed like an X.
X.
Yeah, yep. You can look at her face there.
Yeah.
And
X. O. O.
Oh.
Borderline.
Okay.
X with an O.
Borderline.
X.
Good singing.
You ever had karaoke during?
No.
O.
I've never.
I'm not sure.
Is that a no?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's a mild.
All right. Let's go over here.
O.
All right. So we're just going to kind of creep down in here a little.
X.
How long does it take you to figure out if it's an X or a no? Is that
doesn't take much?
No, you've.
Yeah.
Now, and with most people, there's a lot more evaluation process that goes in. We like the postural test, but I've done this at least 10 times, so it's good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
O.
All right. So I could spend a lot of time, but for demonstration purposes, we'll just focus on this. Let's just check a little bit out here, though.
How often do you go to the office, Kim?
I go weekly.
Okay.
Sometimes we start with like twice a week.
X. That's worth doing. O.
She brought her husband in recently, and that was fun because she sat in the room with him. And she really was hoping for him to wince and kind of jump off the table.
He kind of did.
She wasn't.
X.
She wasn't getting as much of that satisfaction.
I know, not too much.
Jump off the table? Is that
no.
So we're gonna go ahead and palpate this side real quick and get.
X.
Make sure we.
It's all the facts.
There's a reaction on that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. X.
The fun's about to begin.
Okay, so you know all. I mean.
O.
Look at this. Is just—it's so precise.
Oh.
It's just this a little
X.
trail of.
X.
And if you're listening to this at home, go to the cannabis.co. You got to watch Brian work because this is fascinating.
O.
And we haven't even gotten to the needles yet.
X.
Okay.
Also, I've never been this excited about needles.
I'm already jealous.
This is good.
You are? Janae's like, all right, so we're going to have you stick around.
Yeah.
So I'll let you guys try one.
Do it up.
Okay.
If you want. No,
All
I'm just
right.
kidding. You want to try? You want to needle her? I always like to see who's the excited person to do it.
Janae is like, listen, according to the personality test, it's me.
Now, one thing: the tighter the tissue, the more restricted, you'll hear a crisper sound.
Ooh. Okay, so we're gonna hear.
So I'll go ahead and do a sample just so you guys can get a feel. So here's the needle. The needle is different than a regular acupuncture needle because it has a beveled, chiseled edge versus a cone shape.
So we're gonna come down just a little bit. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Whoa!
So it just goes in and out. Can you hear it a little bit?
Yeah, I can hear it.
So she's good. So I can go fast. Some people we slow down a little bit.
I mean, I would slow it down, but.
And you know, you can smoke some weed before you do it. It's fine. We're on the Cannabist Show. Why not?
I thought I'd be cool with this thing. Oh God!
Can you hear it?
Yeah,
you got to try one. We'll do one on you.
Okay.
That's, you know, it's not like trying a dessert where somebody brings. Try one of these cookies.
You can split it.
Try one of
So
those
much more.
delicious
And it's crazy
needles.
how, you know, I'm on TV a little nervous and shaky, but did I hit any bones yet?
Oh, no, you're
I'm
good.
just kidding with you.
You're a natural.
Where'd you learn how to do
So can you hear that?
Yeah, I can totally hear it. I can hear every bit of it.
So this needle, the needle itself, I learned from a lady from South Korea.
Okay.
But I developed the system. Good? Just a little blood there. And if one
There's
gets
blood?
if one gets zingy, you just
Okay.
rub it really fast.
Yep.
Doing okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Could you hear that?
Yeah, totally.
All right, so before I move to this side, we're just going to recheck the points I just did.
Okay.
So I'm going to push on the same points, and the ones that are still tender, we just hit one more time.
They're not tender just from being poked?
Yeah. So what happens, this needle, we don't want it to be as smooth as a regular acupuncture needle. See a little hematoma there?
Yeah.
So we want it to...
Is that a little bone?
No, it's a little blood pooling under the skin.
Okay, cool.
We want to create a micro lesion in the tissue, and that helps break that muscle energy crisis, right? And it sends signals to the brain to start sending repair cells.
Are you taking the
down
heat
there.
out of it?
Yeah, clear. Yeah,
yeah.
The Chinese, they like to bleed. They bleed cup. They'll like poke holes and put cups on there and suck blood out and all kinds of stuff. But we want to send signals to the brain to restart that healing process. So I always tell people chronic pain's like your body's been stuck in stupid, and we're just trying to break stupid.
Okay.
Yep. And that all feels good.
Okay, cool.
Let me know which ones
Good.
are still hot.
No, it's all good.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Kim, what else do you do to manage your pain? Like, do you do
Out treatment?
cupping or besides? Yeah, just that one treatment, and that's enough.
Have you found a bunch of things that weren't effective? I mean,
No. Well, I wasn't doing anything. So
Okay.
I'm late starting, really.
You're just suffering with the pain.
Yeah, I was just kind of dealing with it. And that is more zingy.
Okay.
okay.
Rub
That one right
Yep,
there.
that was zingy. But I do periodic massage.
Okay.
And I've had some chiropractic adjustments as well.
Kim, do you smoke weed?
I do not.
Okay. But you've tried the Ouch?
I
Were
have.
you reticent at all when you were like, oh, it's got some
No,
weed in it?
not at all.
Okay.
Nope.
You were
I
like,
do-
hey, listen, I'm in pain. I'm willing to try
Oh,
some things.
sure. I have no judgment.
How
If
much
it
blood
works,
do you
Let me know
have
which one's
in
still
you?
tender.
I have a lot more to spare. That's feeling
You ate a
good.
steak right before you
doing
came
so
in.
well.
A rare one.
Any of those tender?
No, that one a little bit.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so what I'm going to do, just again for demonstration purposes,
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and clean this area off.
Okay.
And then I like to do a little cleanup work where I feel around and feel if I miss something, like any like little adhesions or thickness. It's kind of like feeling a steak if it's rare, medium rare,
Sure.
well
You
done.
just give it a tap.
Yeah, give
and
that little tap.
go, okay, we got a medium rare Kim here. Good.
So
stuff.
we don't want well done.
Okay.
And then after that, then what we'll do is apply a little Outch ointment to the area. So depending on
Was there any like antimicrobial aspects to this? Because I would be so worried about all of it. Well, I would be so worried about so many things at this point.
we just aerated her, so think about how it's going to suck
Oh,
in there,
nice.
right? It's just going to absorb in there, right?
Yeah.
Don't ask me incriminating questions.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I'm wearing gloves for a reason here. But I'm just gonna no,
All right, so you're cleaning it up.
so cleaning it up. So technically, we should have a little biohazard can there. So we'll just pretend that's a biohazard can.
Yep.
And then I'm just going to feel around. So like around the C7, you can feel really ropey.
And C7, that's a vertebrae
Yeah, it's a
term?
vertebrae. So you can see this bigger guy right there.
Hey, big guy.
So you just want to kind of palpate around. You
Oh.
can feel that like right there. So I'm just gonna hit that.
How do you get used to that noise?
Don't worry, I brought a lot of needles so you can try it too.
All right, so And how long does one of these treatments usually take?
So there's 3 levels really. Level 1 treatment's 15 minutes.
Okay.
So it's more kind of like one body area, like what we're doing now. A level 2 is 30 minutes, so it's when there's a lot more to work with. If we're having to follow like this line all the way down, so we're actually looking at the fascial system and fascial lines. So it gets a little crazy pants. But and then the initial's more. It's like an hour treatment, just because we're spending time trying to figure out where the dysfunction versus
You're Xing and Oing.
You're Xing and Oing, yeah. So. Doing all right there, buddy?
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Some water.
Oh,
Totally good.
Oh, no, not Kim. No, not you.
Oh.
Jake.
Jake should be sitting
We
down.
want to check
So you
and
can
make
feel that
sure.
long guy.
I did take grab a little seat here. Whew.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Okay, so let's say we got all.
I like that you're reassuring me, and
good.
Kim's just like, "Yep, I'm fine."
Check her face, see if she's.
I'm good.
So we just want to make sure you know she's not spraying blood anywhere.
Sure.
Yep.
That's my concern.
It always pisses them off when they wear a white shirt and leave with red dots.
And I never have, by the way.
Nice.
With red dots. Nope.
Oh, how do you feel right now, Kim?
Good. I feel good. I always feel great, initially especially, and it's taking longer and longer for me to need another treatment, I think.
Oh,
So it
that's
builds
great.
on itself. So
Yeah.
initially, when people do it, think about like the more the like lockdown a muscle's been, the more toxic it becomes because it takes calcium to cause a muscle contraction. It stays in there, doesn't get flushed out. So that's when you start building stuff up.
That's
So
what I
when we're
always worry
doing it,
about.
we're releasing stuff, right?
Yeah, whenever I get massages, they say it's going to release all the
Yeah.
toxins into your body, and then I go, "Oh God, I'm
Yeah.
in trouble. Get me somewhere."
A lot of toxins.
Right, I've been just storing those suckers.
Yeah.
All right, so now you're not going to do the roll-on. You're going to do, was that a salve
Yes,
or
this is
balm?
a salve. So the difference between
A salve
this
and a
one-
balm? I don't know,
Salve,
but-
salve. Yeah, we'll call it salve. And then this is more of a gel-based.
Okay.
We don't want to put this on right after because it does have that menthol camphor, so it's going to be a little zingy. We want to do the more creamy, delicious stuff.
Okay.
So this, when it rolls on, is a nice gel base, and it absorbs quickly, but it does going to have that tingly, very aromatic kind of smell to it.
And less flavorful,
And
or
less
more
flavorful.
flavorful, not as tasty.
Exactly. I didn't see you try. I want to see you actually try that.
Oh, no, I gave it a little off my hand. That's
So it doesn't take much of this stuff.
Okay.
Like it spreads a long way. And so this is nice because that sucks into the skin really quick. This kind of covers and hangs out a little bit. It doesn't stain your clothes, but it's nice because you can touch it a little later and still feel
All right,
the
let's put it on there because I feel like you're trying to get out of the game later. He's like, listen, well, I know that you're going to make me play this. We usually do the pop quiz. We got a little surprise for all of our listeners. New game coming up soon. All right, so we're going to get it in there.
So just going to rub it in.
Oh, nice. You can have your partner do this at home for you too? If you don't have a
I'm on my own
okay.
with that.
So to find this, though, they have to order it from...
If you go to Outch, OUTCH, ointment.com, you can order it directly online. I do carry it at I have 2 health clinics here, Integrative Health, which is Integrative Health Inc., integrativehealthinc.com, and that has my 2 locations. You can pick it up in the clinic. There will be a list of different clinics that are carrying it nationwide. We already have a bunch set up here. I just have to update that website, but you can order directly from ouchointment.com.
All right. Well, hey, a big round of applause for Kim. You did awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Brian.
Good job, good
I
job.
canceled my appointment with you tomorrow morning.
Move this.
Yeah, so here, I'll get this out of here. Let's get. All right, so
Move
now
that.
The game, huh? So you get to participate.
we have a brand new game. So our regular listeners are used to us coming every week with the pot quiz. We're going to do something a little bit different this week. It's called Pot or Not. The rules are simple. I'm going to give you a name. You have to tell me, is it a strain of weed or isn't it? All right, so we got the bell handy. We're ready to rock. I'm going to let you use Kim as a lifeline. So if you need a lifeline, please feel free to lean on Kim.
All right.
I know that you guys are both weed experts, and I almost fell out of my chair. Perfect. All right. So let's start off with an easy one.
Okay.
Sour Tsunami. Is it pot or is it not?
So that's a strain.
That is correct.
Yeah.
1 point.
So feel free to jump in there too. I don't want to take off.
All right. Is it pot or not? Spicy White Devil.
I would say strain too.
No, not.
All right.
That is correct.
Really?
2 for 2.
Is that an indica? What is that?
Spicy White Devil is a sativa, I want to say. That is a real thing. All right.
You just hate yourself while you're smoking it.
Right.
What am I doing in this
Jeff
relationship?
Sessions smokes it and then he just whips himself. It's real weird.
So the Catholic binding thing around the leg?
Absolutely. All right, number 3, horse tornado. Horse tornado.
Horse tornado. I'm going no on that.
That is correct. It is not a strain. It's just a fun name for a merry-go-round. Oh, horse tornado. Number 4, The Weeknd.
It's not. I'm going to go no on that too. I feel like it's not creative enough.
The Weeknd is actually a rapper. You are correct.
He's a singer.
A singer?
Singer.
Well, I mean, I just, the lines blur for me.
So
All
now
right.
he's going to hate me because I just told him his name wasn't creative enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you have beef. Congratulations. You're also
got
4
beef
for
with The
4.
Weeknd now.
All right. Number 5, race fuel. Race fuel.
That's race fuel. No.
It is actually a strain.
Oh.
Oh.
I thought that was too.
Oh, no, it's wrong answer. Don't worry.
All right. Next, 4 or 5. What about Gorilla Glue number 4?
I do like Gorilla Glue. I have used a lot of Gorilla Glue. I feel like when I smoke pot, though, I'm not glued together at all. So
Is that a yes or a no?
I'm going to let you pick this one.
Not.
It is Gorilla Glue, very popular strain.
Isn't that a trademark
That's
name?
why
Sticky,
it's
sticky.
not.
So that's why I think why they had the number 4.
number
Also
4,
as a
yeah.
specific phenotype. But all right,
That was a giveaway.
All right, so you guys, let's get some momentum going back here. Cat piss. Is
Cat
cat piss
piss
a type of weed?
No. I'm going to say. Well, you say.
I'm bad at this. I say it is not.
It is.
Damn.
Whoa! All right. You're 4 for 7.
That's a good marketing name.
Let's keep you above 50%.
How many of these do we have?
We got 3 more, so let's.
All right, let's do this.
We're in the home stretch. All right, next one. Bojangles 4-piece Supremes combo.
I like that name. That's got to be.
I would say yeah, too.
That is actually just a fried chicken combo meal at Bojangles.
Well, clearly this needs to be. We're market research right now.
That was the easy. I thought that was a gimme, guys.
I don't eat that.
Bojangles
I like-
4-piece Supremes combo
I think-
was a yes.
Yeah, why not?
If they can make edibles.
I feel like
That would be great.
if I were smoking up, I would be like, hey, what's the name? And that could be a name.
Yeah.
All right, well, I need you to nail these last 2 so we can get you above an F. All right, what about Lacron James? Lacron James.
I'm scared.
Yeah, you got to do it.
That's the new game. I'm scared.
Go for it.
Pot.
It is not. All right, so let's see. We got one more. Just to round it out, poop emoji. Is poop emoji a strain?
You know what? Just because my son sends me regular poop emoji texts, I feel like, well, it can't be a relationship. Well, because is that registered trademark too?
Probably.
It's good that he's got regular poop emojis.
Oh yeah, I
You
mean,
wanna
7
keep
years
your
old,
poop
it's all
emojis
about
nice
poop
and
emojis.
regular.
Yeah, I feel like there needs to be an added word, so I'm going to say not.
That is correct. Hey, we ended on a high note.
D plus.
Much better without me.
Nailed it.
Thanks to Brian and to Kim for joining us today. And thank you for tuning in and for all your suggestions last week on what to do with my old weed. This week, instead of leaving a review of the show, please feel free to leave a review of Jeff Sessions on our iTunes page. That'll
Give
be
it to him.
something. Yeah,
Let's
just
hear about it.
cut loose on old Jeffy Poo. Janae, what do you have coming up?
Monday, June 12th, Rack House Brewery, Pussy Bros birthday party with David Huntsberger and Ella Gale. And the theme this month is slumber party, so wear your pajamas.
Oh yeah, that's a stacked lineup. For me, I'm going to be out in Southern California next week. So San Diego, Los Angeles. If you're a listener of the show and you've got some good genetics, something you want me to smoke, hit me up at Fake Jake Brown on Instagram or Twitter. For Janae, for producer Vince, and the whole Cannabis Show crew, I'm Jake Brown. We'll see you next week.
I choose to win, I'm all in, I'm calling any posse you'll be raising at the end. I say it again, ain't afraid to get in, I be going for the jackpot with aces in my hand, I'm raw.